Hi, we're building Cloudy. It is an AI agent that works on your behalf. The entire idea is that it does everything what you want it to do. It tries to predict what you want it to do, and then all that's left for you to do is just like let it approve, steer it in a direction that you want it to go, just in case it doesn't do what you exactly want, or you can just remove it. So the entire idea is that we wanted to remove the friction in when your agent is taking a decision. So let's just say you have a n pipeline, or just an agent that works on your behalf, and then it has a human in the loop node in its workflow. So let's just say it pings your phone, you have to open it, unlock your phone, and then open your app, maybe Slack, where you have configured the message to be, and then you approve it. So that's like too much friction. And then this decision that you have to take, it's mostly a split second, maybe 2 or 4 seconds. But the most of the time is like the friction and the build up to your decision. So we wanted to eliminate that. So imagine you could take your human in the loop decisions, or anything what your agent needs your opinion on at a glance. So this is what the interface we came up with. It's like we want it to be be a keychain. You can just hang it from your backpack or anything. So let's just say this is Cloudy, right? So it can maybe reply to your emails, check your WhatsApp, draft messages for you. So you don't have to take out your phone, type a message. You can just at a click, you can just approve, steer, or reject. That's all you can do. So like Cloudy, it doesn't act independently. The core philosophy is pretty simple. So it does everything you would have done, and then instead of taking the final decision, it just waits for you to take the final decision. So this screen is just like a feed of messages. So let's just say this is a screen. Now I've configured it for Gmail. We've been using it to connect it to our Codex, Telegram, and an n pipeline. So recently I've been using this. So I have this scraper that runs and scrapes for hackathons online. But then there's a human in the loop node. So I built a dashboard for it, but that was too manual. I had to open it, the dashboard, go to the URL, and then go through it and approve. Now what this helped us do is like every time my scraper that's running autonomously 24/7, it gets a hackathon, it validates it, okay, it's good. It just sends it to this screen, and then all I have to do is just approve. Okay, yeah, this is nice. It just now then Cloudy just goes and adds it to my Notion. So that's all Cloudy does.
Okay, so basically, it's like a smart accessory we are providing, which when suppose you have like it can fetch your deployment logs, okay, and you are suppose you are an AI startup founder, and you are in a gym or doing something, and you don't have your laptop in front of you. So our Cloudy will provide you the logs, and like it will tell you what is the error, and even the ways to fix it. Or we can even say like in Slack. We configure it from our dashboard that if there are any deployment issues, then the Slack would automatically message the required person, and it will like tell him to complete all the procedures needed in order to fix a particular issue.
So now that's what Cloudy does, right? The overall high architecture. But we understand that Cloudy's usefulness is directly proportional to how well it is able to predict what you were going to say or what you were going to do. Let's just say you're a founder, okay? You have a SaaS startup, you have set up Datadog, Sentry, and all those for the logs, right? And then let's just say, I'll just tell Cloudy, monitor this, right? It'll start monitoring. Now, if we did not have Cloudy, right? I see the logs, I see a spike, I see an issue, right? Then I'll go and mention, let's just say my DevOps engineer. So what Cloudy does is, it takes context, it's connected to everything I'm connected to, it's connected to my Slack, it's connected to my Google Calendar, Notion, and everything. So it will detect the issue, right? It will prepare a message for my DevOps engineer. So I don't have to open my Slack, I don't have to write a message, I don't have to check the logs. I just have to click one button, approve. And that it does the work for me. So again, the entire point is that it does everything what I should have done, and now what's left for me is just click approve, so it goes ahead, or we steer it, or we reject it. That's the entire point of cloudy, and you can do all of this at a glance, without having to open your phone, open app or all that stuff.
So it's like a basic replica of your personality. It can send messages when required, and like it will send as per your personality only, and also like tell when there are issues or something which you have to look into in your career or any of your responsibilities. So it is a virtual form of yourself we are providing, and as you can see, like it is quite cool to have this cloudy project of ours.
What we envision this, it is like a fun tool to have, it's like the next thing for, it's like a personal pet, you could gamify this and all of those things. This is just a basic prototype. We don't even have an enclosure right now, so it's like a pretty basic thing. Because of time constraint, this is what we came up with. Now, for predicting what the user is going to say, we try to build a knowledge graph of the user. Every time you reject or steer it in a direction, we try to learn what the user's behavior is. So, if it isn't like a style, okay, yes, we'll keep a note of that, right? So next time we try to avoid that problem. And then over time, it learns over time, and it tries to be like an exact replica of you. So it acts exactly as you would have done. And then it's just like a seamless integration for you. You have Cloudy now, and then someone who doesn't have, he'll be opening his phone, going through his feed notifications. He has all those users notifications, he's slide it away. By the time he opens his phone and gets to make a decision, you're probably gone through your 8 or 9 approvals or rejection that you had to go. So that's the friction we are trying to remove.
Exactly, like you said, we are going to make it the next big thing, and like it over time it will exactly replicate you.
So this is what the product looks like. So right now it's in idle state. The entire feed is clear right now. Now let's just say I've configured Cloudy to watch my emails. So this is what our email looks like. We'll just send it right now, and then on our dashboard we'll just get a summary. So who is it coming from, and then what the summary of the email says, and this is what the generated response is on the bottom. So now let's just say we swipe it up for more details, right? So then we get the entire details of what this is. Now Cloudy has generated the entire response of what we are gonna say. So it's like trying to predict what we're gonna say, and then all you have to do is just click approve. So it just sends the email, or you can hold approve and reject it together to create, steer it in a different direction, if you don't like the decision, or you can just swipe left, reject it, and then it just goes away. Now let's just say I've connected it to my Codex. I'm just gonna go grab coffee, or I'm moving between meetings, so I'm just vibe coding on my side projects. So I'll just configure and connect it to my Codex. I'll select the repositories what I want, and then whenever, let's just say my Codex prepares a plan, we'll see it here. It generates a summary of what the plan is going to do. From here you just have to click approve. It just goes through. You can reject, you can swipe up, and then that will open up a details of what the entire plan is. You can for more context you can just scroll up, but this is just like an addition feature. When you need more details or context on what exactly you're going to be approving, but the entire thing is supposed to be working through the summary screen. What we are trying to achieve here is, like, we're trying to remove the friction. Let's just say you've configured n8n human in the loop, and then you just have to open your phone, unlock it, open the app, Slack or Discord or wherever you have configured the n8n loop, human in the loop approval to be. So we're trying to eradicate that friction, because the decision, it's almost a few seconds, but the process to building up that, opening your phone, opening the app, that's what take most of the time. So you can carry this thing in your keychain, or in your pocket. Imagine you're rock climbing, right? And you can just have this thing in your jeans, and then you can just click approve, and boom. So like, imagine vibe coding while you're rock climbing, approving your PRs while you're on a hike. So that's what Cloud is all about. So this is where you can configure your device from. We call it a pod. So your Cloudy lives in a pod. So this is like the main dashboard. We have all these commands. You can navigate from here. So this is what the main structure looks like. So basically you have three screens, by default it is this center screen. You can right swipe to see the third screen, you can left swipe to see the first screen. Now every screen is a feed. So let's just say I want my Vercel GitHub on screen 2. So I'll get all those notifications on the screen. Let's just say screen 1, I've paired it for Codex, so I'll just have it there, or I can just choose where I want to see which notification. So let's just say one ping or notification, that is one screen. Okay, you can swipe up for details, you can swipe down, to go to the summaries again, and then left and right or for navigating between the screens. Now all those MCPs you can just configure where you want exactly what. And then here you'll get all your pending pings. Then you'll have your logs here, so what you have approved, what you have rejected. Now this is the configure screen. You have all these settings, that what you want to approve, when do you want to ping, and how does your pod behave. You can name your pod, what does the order should be, and all those things are here. Now let's talk about the MCPs. So right now for an MVP, these are the MCPs that we have configured. You can just GitHub OAuth or Gmail OAuth, and you can just directly connect whatever you want. You can connect your Vercel, Telegram, Linear, Stripe. Stripe in case you want to approve or reject refunds or all the stuff. Or you can bring in a custom MCP through here. Now the automations. So this is the cool part. So for any N10 loop that pipeline that you have running, you can just create a access key. You'll get a URL, and then this is all the JSON body you have to do, and then you can configure Cloudy to be in any N10 loop, and then whenever that part where it needs your approval, it will directly come to your Cloudy, so you don't have to open up your phone, open up your Slack or whatever, and then approve it. So that's the friction we are trying to remove. Now another cool thing. Now imagine being able to push PRs while you're moving between meetings, and then or going on a job. So you can create a local bridge between your laptop and Cloudy. You can have your sessions in workspace, you can add your repositories, and it will just send plans or decisions or whatever's happening directly to your Cloudy. So you just have to click. At a click you can just approve the plan instead of having to open your laptop, your Codex app, and then you can just wipe code through your device without having to carry your laptop or having to open your phone. Fun fact, we actually used Cloudy to develop features for Cloudy, while we were on our way to here. And then finally you'll have the settings where you can select a provider. Right now we're using OpenAI, and then this model we have configured the API key, and that's it. And then you can just read through docs. We have also prepared some docs to configure everything for yourself. The entire idea is that you just have to set up your screen, your Raspberry Pi or whatever device you're using. Just run up some simple scripts, set up your API key, and then you will have your own Cloudy running on as your assistant. Now let's say you want to add a new ping, so it's pretty easy. You can just chat with your device. You can just tell it to things like watch my DMs and draft a reply to messages that need me. So it will check your Telegram. If it is connected, it will tell you to please connect it, and all those things. So these are just some of the examples. So you can just chat with it, and then set up a ping. So it's very non-technical thing to do. You don't have to be a tech expert to set up all those APIs and stuff. So these are some of the examples. You just type your message here and just set up something. So go ahead, and that's it.